From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, finding housing solutions to an aging population as nursing homes fill up.
Plus, new talks on Capitol Hill as gun control is at the forefront of everyone's minds.
But first, officials in Uvalde, Texas, admitting they should have acted sooner. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Authorities today revealing new details about the timeline of the initial police response.
Making a shocking admission that the first officers who responded should have went in sooner. ABC's Morgan Norwood has our top story tonight.
This afternoon, Texas Department of Safety officials admitting that officers who first responded to Robb Elementary should have acted sooner to take down the gunman. Authorities say the incident commander believed he was no longer dealing with an active shooter, but a barricaded subject, and that the children were no longer at risk.
Hey, for the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that.
Authorities now saying that it appears that the gunman got into the school from a door that was propped open by a teacher and was never confronted by a school resource officer before entering the building.
That officer was not on scene, not on campus, but had heard the 911 call with a man with a gun, drove immediately to the area. So he drove right by the suspect, who was hunkered down behind a vehicle, where he began shooting at the school.
At 11:44, 14 minutes after the first 911 call was made, 19 officers from various agencies made it outside the classroom door, where the suspect was barricaded behind a locked door. But they did not go in. Instead, they waited for a tactical team, which arrived about 30 minutes later. During today's press conference, authorities talking about those 911 calls that came in from inside that classroom.
You could hear over the 911 call that 3 shots were fired.
35 minutes after CPD SWAT arrived, officers breaking through the door and killing the suspect. Just 2 months before this tragedy, Uvalde School District had trained for an incident like this, holding an active shooter response drill. Families, neighbors, the Uvalde community struggling to understand.
What was your reaction to everything that you heard? That press conference got really heated.
I'm sick. I want to throw up. I'm angry. I mean, this guy needs to resign.
And questions still surrounding those 911 calls from children inside that classroom. Dispatchers knew that there were some still alive. Officers on the scene apparently not told, raising more questions and concerns about that communication breakdown. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Uvalde, Texas.
And if you're looking to help the people affected by the school shooting in Texas,
a local bakery is donating all of their proceeds from sales tomorrow to the victims of the Uvalde shooting. Butterfly Bakery near 33rd and Pioneers Boulevard and here in Lincoln typically hosts a dine out to raise money for Lincoln schools to fund events and other educational things. But with the tragedy there in Texas, the bakery wanted to help any way they could. So they're making lots of colorful desserts for kids, but also making cupcakes with Robb Elementary School colors and a heart saying #RobbStrong.
When I heard about the news that happened in Uvalde, the first thing that I thought was, how could we help? And we thought it would be perfect to just sponsor our dine out for this weekend to help them out so we can help cover funeral expenses and medical expenses for the families in need so they don't have to worry about anything besides their grieving.
The fundraiser, again, is tomorrow during their business hours, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Again, all of the proceeds will go to the victims of the Robb Elementary School shooting. Nebraska politicians are now sharing how they would prevent a mass shooting here.
Mike Flood and Patty Pansing-Brooks, who are both running for Nebraska's 1st Congressional District, are speaking on the issue. The two are split on the highly divisive proposal to arm teachers in classrooms. Flood says that decision should be up to local school boards and that he's already had conversations in multiple communities about allowing educators to carry guns. Pansing-Brooks says teachers tell her that they don't want anything to do with that proposal. She says mental health should be the priority.
We also have to do a better job of dealing with mental health, dealing with young people and people who are bullied, people who are really giving warnings to school officials and others, the school resource officers, that they're in danger of losing it and going after people.
And both are also divided when it comes to juvenile justice. Flood says we need to make sure we're using detention facilities when young people act out, while Pansing Brooks cautions against locking people up and throwing away the key. When we reached out to Mike Flood and his representatives multiple times today since this morning, and we did not hear back. After the Uvalde mass shooting, we're seeing signs of bipartisanship on Capitol Hill. A congressional group is now working to find some common ground on gun legislation.
This comes as the NRA receives pushback for moving ahead with their convention in Houston. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest now.
This mother grieving the loss of her son, Rogelio Torres, killed in the Texas school shooting.
I'm gonna miss him because he was my life.
As America continues to mourn the 21 lives lost in Uvalde, calls for gun legislation are driving new bipartisan talks on Capitol Hill. Leading the charge, Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn and Democratic Senator Chris Murphy, whose home state of Connecticut suffered the Sandy Hook Elementary massacre a decade ago.
I'm actually interested in what we can do to make the terrible events that occurred in Uvalde less likely in the future.
We have a number of areas that we think we can make progress on: background checks, red flag laws.
Polls show these proposals are backed by the majority of Americans. This comes as the NRA holds its annual convention in Houston Friday through Sunday, headlined by former President Donald Trump.
Everybody blames the NRA. You know, we're not the bad guy.
But Texas Governor Greg Abbott will not be attending in person as he previously planned, and will instead send a pre-recorded message. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick will also skip the event, saying he didn't want his appearance to bring any more pain to those suffering in Uvalde. Protesters are calling for the complete cancellation of the convention.
What I'm asking for the NRA to do is to cancel itself. Cancel yourself right now.
But Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner says the city's hands are tied.
And neither do we have the legal right to cancel conferences or conventions because we don't like the subject matter.
The House Oversight Committee is now demanding information from gun makers about the marketing and sales of AR-15 style rifles and similar firearms. It comes ahead of their hearing on gun violence slated for June 8th. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
All right, we have the latest now on a local shooting case. A 15-year-old will be charged as an adult.
Court documents show LaShawn Rogers II will be charged with 3 felony counts. Police say he shot into a car Wednesday night near Seacrest Field, hitting a 17-year-old in the face. Police say the two groups set up a fight after an initial argument over Snapchat. Now, the 17-year-old victim is going to be okay. Police have not yet found the gun. Rogers' charges include second-degree assault and use of a firearm to commit a felony.
All right, here we go. It's Friday night once again. Time to check in with John for your first forecast. How's it look?
It was warming up today as compared to the last couple of days, but still, because of our morning low dropping down to 44 degrees officially at the Lincoln Airport, today goes into the books below normal. This is our 8th consecutive day to do so. Now, as we take a live look right now, looking off to the north and west from the station, you can see we've got not bad conditions. A few high clouds out in the distance, and the trees are blowing around just a little bit. We've had some gusts upwards of 25 to near 30 miles per hour at times this afternoon. Visible satellite imagery showing you the clear skies we got, at least over Lincoln. There are some more clouds as you head out towards Hastings and out towards Kearney. And that's the remainder of where the clouds remain for now. We'll likely see some higher clouds drifting in overhead as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Temperature-wise, we're significantly warmer than yesterday, 10 to as much as 18 degrees warmer. That's 84. That's the high of the day so far in Lincoln. 83 in Beatrice. It's 86 in York. Look at Columbus coming into 87 and upper 80s in Grand Island as well as in Kearney. Now, the dew points are also a little higher, so you may notice there's just a little more humidity in the air as dew points have climbed to the middle 50s and even up to 60 degrees in Lincoln. And once you hit 60 and you go above that, that's when things start to feel a little uncomfortable outside. For the rest of this evening, we'll see clear conditions through 8 o'clock. Even through 10 o'clock, I think we'll see mainly clear skies. Again, it's through the overnight hours we'll start to see some clouds drifting in, but you'll want to pay attention to the forecast. I know a lot of you are heading out for the weekend. Stick around and pay attention to it because we do have a chance for thunderstorms before the holiday weekend is over. We'll detail that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, John. As many of us know, more senior living facilities continue to close here in Nebraska.
Many are looking for solutions to help seniors who need care. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez brings one idea idea that is working in other parts of the country. Ariana?
Yes, home care worker cooperatives are successful in both Washington State and the Bronx, but it is still a fairly unexplored idea as only 15 exist nationwide. I'm sure you're wondering how it works. Well, it would mean the workers themselves are the bosses, so they would control their wages, benefits, and the work-life balance without having executives make decisions for them.
I think the co-op business model offers an alternative to other workplaces that younger folks who are really concerned with social justice and being paid a fair wage and democracy, that I think they'd be attracted to this model.
Now, the idea would be to keep seniors in their homes and bring in at-home care to help them. One individual told me that for the first time in history, there are more people over 65 than there are 5-year-olds, meaning the need for something like this and a solution for elders needs to come soon. And tonight on the news at 6, I'll tell you about a pilot program here in Nebraska trying to bring this idea to life, as well as a woman who had to bring her husband home from a facility when it closed.
Looking forward to the rest of your story, Ariana. Thank you. Still to come on the news here at 5, one Nebraska woman's drive and mindset is powering her through her stroke recovery.
That feel-good story and your full forecast right after the break. Stroke Awareness Month is coming to an end, and so is the recovery for one Nebraska woman.
She's taken the challenge head on and refuses to be stopped. Here's her story.
Jackie Nixon is a competitor.
I kind of think she has the mindset of an elite athlete.
Bring it on, because whatever you got, I can handle it.
And this past year has been her toughest challenge.
Stroke rehab is not for the faint of heart.
It happened on April 26th of last year. The first to her rescue that day, her dog, followed by her roommate Deb, who Jackie says has been her caretaker every step of the way.
I have never doubted that she will get as far as she needs to get to.
Her family and friends never left her side while she was hospitalized for a month at CHI Health, CUMC, Bergen Mercy.
My family and friends, I mean, they were there for me to support me. My siblings were awesome. They were there every day. I was never left alone in the hospital.
13 months later.
No, we've been working with this for about a month.
With the help of the team at the CHI Emmanuel Rehabilitation Institute, she's approaching her last visit.
She came in a wheelchair, no movement in her arm at all, not walking much at all, and now she's walking independently. We're still working on arm and hand movement. I would say she's come further than most people do with the size of her stroke, and it's because of her mindset.
I can't thank them enough.
Being the competitor she is, she wanted to work as hard as possible during her 3 outpatient visits every week.
Telling the staff, is that all you got? Come on, push me, because I'm pushing myself. I think that kind of ticked them off.
It didn't. Instead, her drive and personality has inspired everyone around her.
Jackie talks about how we've helped her. I always say the patients come into my life at a time that I need them also. And I lost my mom recently, and Jackie and I have talked quite a lot about that, and it's kind of helped my healing process.
You see someone who is working so hard. What we take for granted, they have to fight every day just to be able to do. And when you have someone like Jackie with her attitude and her mindset, it's going to happen one way or the other.
It's very important that you believe in yourself. As Jimmy V said, never give up, never give up.
She won't let this setback stop her from getting back to doing the things she loves.
I guarantee you, by the end of the summer, I'm going to be holding that fishing pole because I got some bass to catch.
Jackie's final outpatient visit is scheduled for June 14th. But she won't forget the team at the CHI Health Emmanuel Rehabilitation Institute. She still has business to take care of.
I got 2 staff I need to play basketball with, one-on-one that I want to kick their butts. Then I have Sarah, and then I'm going to turn around and kick her butt in golf.
Jackie will not beat me in golf or basketball.
Ooh, I got this on tape.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Pretty nice day. As expected, lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures, and the humidity is beginning to creep up just a little bit. So we take a live look from Schoen's Roofing in Beatrice. You can see we've got some high cirrus clouds out into the distance. These will begin to arrive, especially overnight tonight. You can see some of these as well from Lincoln, looking off to the south and west from Honda of Lincoln. But just a fantastic day of temperatures getting back up into the low 80s this afternoon. Some of you even into the upper 80s. It's 88 in Grand Island, 87 in Kearney. We've got 84 degrees today in Lincoln. That's the high temperature of the day after a morning low of 44. So we've jumped 40 degrees today. So quite the jump in temperatures after a chilly start to the day. You can see how we've had mainly clear skies for the most part. We've got more clouds as you head out towards the Tri-Cities. So Kearney and Hastings likely seeing a filtered sun at this point because of the higher clouds moving in. For the rest of this evening, temperatures will drop, but not drop nearly as cold as they were this morning. In fact, temperatures tomorrow morning will be close to 20 degrees warmer than they were this morning. 62 degrees is what I'm forecasting for a morning low in Lincoln, 62 in Beatrice, 62 in Seward. Winds tomorrow will be out of the south, 5 to 12 miles per hour, and that will be much the story for the upcoming weekend. Another chance to see the space station tonight. We may have a few clouds around, so we'll have to kind of dodge and look in between them. Tonight's a better viewing than last night because it's 5 minutes long, starting at 10:35. Starts in the northwest sky, exits off to the east. So as soon as you finish watching Channel 8 News at 10, you can run outside, take the kids with you, and take a look up and see the space station flying overhead. Now, the other thing you're noticing, humidity creeping up just a little bit as dew points are running 5 to as much as 15 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So we've hit 60 degrees in Lincoln. And just remember, the dew point's the measure of the moisture in the air. It's more accurate than talking about the relative humidity because that constantly changes based off the air temperature. Now, as we go through tomorrow, we're going to notice the humidity increasing even more as dew points should be able to make it up into the mid-60s by the afternoon. So it's going to start to feel uncomfortable. Anything over 60 degrees feels uncomfortable. Once you get into the upper 60s, 60s to 70s. That's when I like to refer to it as being muggly, and that may be the case for Sunday and Monday. So for Saturday, looking nice, 88 degrees, turning more humid. Humid and windy Sunday. There will be a chance for some thunderstorms, mainly north of Lincoln, I think, Sunday evening. And on Monday, warm and humid or windy, we'll have a chance for some thunderstorms Monday evening. Now for tomorrow, 8 a.m., temperatures already down into the 60s and quickly climbing through the 70s. By noon, we're sitting right around 80 degrees. As we head towards the afternoon, that's when temperatures should get up into the middle and upper 80s, even some low 90s possible as you head out further to the west. 90s right around Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney. 89 for a high tomorrow in Lincoln. Winds may be gusting out of the south at times to 35 miles per hour. Now, there's been some talk about thunderstorms on Sunday. Let me show you how Stormcast is handling this, and I actually agree with this. So we go through the day on Sunday, temperatures into the 90s. We'll watch thunderstorms developing out to the west, and these should mainly impact northern portions of the state Sunday night. We'll have a better chance for some thunderstorms developing around here, I think, Monday evening into Monday night. Some of those could be strong to severe. You want to make sure you pay attention to the forecast as we go through the weekend. Malcolm Byron will have updates as we go through the weekend. If you need to get out and do some yard work this weekend, Saturday and Sunday look good. A chance for that rain Monday evening, and Tuesday looks to be dry as well. 7-day forecast. 77 degrees by Tuesday, 71 degrees Wednesday. We've added a chance for rain to the forecast on Wednesday and a little cooler than what we had yesterday. And then we'll be watching next weekend as we go into the first full weekend of June. We'll have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms around as well, and that could linger into the 6th of June as well.
All right, thank you very much, John. Looking forward to a mostly beautiful and quiet Memorial Day weekend.
That's right.
And also, it was a great end to the work week on Wall Street. The Dow jumping 576 points. NASDAQ also gaining 390. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, the heartbreak in Uvalde, Texas, as the
And finally tonight, how about this? Scientists develop a wearable artificial sixth finger.
And a fossil of a massive animal that lived 86 million years ago called Dragon of Death has been unearthed. Jen Sullivan has a closer look in tonight's Take a Look at This.
Notice anything different? Yes, that hand has 6 fingers. But the one after the pinky is actually robotic. Check it out. Japanese and French researchers developed the artificial finger to study how the brain would respond to extra body parts. Sensors on the wearer's forearms translate electrical activity in their muscles into instructions for the 6th finger. Researchers say the 18 participants moved the 6th finger easily, suggesting that our brains have the ability to embody substitute artificial limbs. Researchers say larger studies are needed to explore the brain's ability to work with other attached limbs and its flexibility to use them at will. That deserves a high five. I mean, a high 6. Never mind. And from robotics to fossils, meet the Dragon of Death, a giant flying reptile with a 30-foot wingspan that lived 86 million years ago alongside dinosaurs. Scientists in Argentina discovered the bones in the Andes Mountains, but there's no evidence the reptile breathed fire, so unfortunately, the discovery doesn't prove that dragons are real. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, that was a very interesting story to end our newscast on.
They always make you think, don't they?
Yes, absolutely.
John always makes us think, too, with the weather and what's coming up for this big weekend.
I say it, and you guys are lucky. There's no trivia question tonight.
Okay. Because the Lord knows I'd get it wrong. So.
We got one all week.
I think so.
One
each. Clear skies this evening, 83 degrees at 6, 77 by 8, 72 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. So a mild night coming our way. Dew points are going to be a little higher, so it's going to feel a little more humid if you leave your windows open tonight. Low temperatures will be dropping off into the low 60s by tomorrow morning, even warmer as we head into the weekend.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Have a good evening.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you, right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda, the most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker in America. Hurry in to a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Well, a great day starts with a good morning.
That means knowing the weather so you can dress comfortably.
It means getting to work on time and avoiding traffic.
And that means staying up to date, which is why we're up with you in the morning.
Helping you get ready for your day. Welcome back, everyone.
Next ET, we're with Kaylee Cuoco, her new flight plan for love.
It makes me feel really good.
Plus, only we've got Brooke Shields' daughter Rowan interviewing her star mama. Next ET.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KLKN TV.
Upgrade your home with custom-designed replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off. Champion is here to help every step of the way. Get 40% off today. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Ernie's and Ceresco's incredible